at Dar Farooq, the mosque here in Bloomington. Was a horrible attack on the mosque here last Saturday. As the White House and Donald Trump think it's a fake attack. The government didn't think it's a hate crime, it's a terrorist attack. So it'll be interesting to talk about. Some politician here and community leader came to really support the community. A lot of non-Muslim coming here from all over the Twin Cities.
For the residents of Bloomington, and for those of you especially who choose this place as your community, this place here, Dar al Farooq, you worship here. This is your community here in Bloomington.
Sadly, what happened Saturday morning here at Dar al Farooq Islamic Center is an all too common reminder of an ugly thread that weaves through our history, the thread of intolerance.
Brief word there, this is attack on our civil rights and also it's an attack on our rights to worship. How the White House and how the Trump administration is really handling the attacks on the Muslims in this country.
Well, I think it's sad. When he came to Minnesota for his one public appearance, he tore down the Somali community here, and I thought it was very ugly. And so it surprised me that there was no response from him. Make a statement in support of this community and support of tolerance. But I guess that's not him.
A lot of non-Muslims came tonight or this evening. A lot of non-Muslims, yes, exactly. And for example, hate crimes increasing, but also we have this wonderful American that they come and support. So what kind of America are we living in or we're inspired to?
Unfortunately, we have different strains in America. I think the vast majority are like the people here today. But we have some people who, for whatever reason, are intolerant and I think who don't ironically don't get the message of Christianity.
Well, majority voted for Clinton and we couldn't get rid of this guy. Can you help us with that for any ambition of a presidential ambition there in the future from you?
No.
A lot of people talking about.
I understand that, but and that's very flattering, of course. But no, that's not something that I aspire to.
Franklin, thank you so much for your time and good luck with you.
Imam Abdurrahman, Sheikh Omar, the head of IANA, Islamic Association of North America. I'm very glad this gathering that contained all the neighborhood with different religions, with different backgrounds, but they are united against the evil and the bad thing.
That's who you are and why you think it's so important for you to be here.
I think it's been expressed all evening because we are all one and we want to show our empathy, our sympathy with the whole community. We are one body.
You know, it seems like we have different kind of America. People who are Islamophobe and people who are really coming to show us the support.
Yeah, I mean, being lived in actually 3 or 4 different states. I call Minnesota home because I've never seen people, educated people, and very open to other faiths. And like I've seen here in Minnesota, I always feel love in Minnesota. Like I said, that's actually why I was very shocked to actually hear that happen. So we call Minnesota home for that specific reason, for what we saw today. So thanks to everybody again.
Rabbi Tamar Grimm from Beth Jacob Congregation in Mendota Heights. And we have had wonderful relationships with the Muslim community. And when the JCCs received bomb threats, we received a ton of support, postcards and letters. And we do an annual event every year on our holiday of Sukkot, together with the Muslim American Society and in Grove Mosque, and we have to stick to it.
Can you introduce her to us?
Sure. This is Sophie. This is Sophie. Sophie is 4 months old.
That's her first
Yeah, it's
social activity.
It is her first social justice engagement, and I want her to grow up knowing how important it is.
We'll start early and so on. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the
It
evening.
was an event that came after a tragic event which a bad person or an arson or an attacker wanted to instill us and put in our heart fear and division. At a time we were praying our morning prayer, at a time we were very close to our God, somebody bombed us, but this was the follow-up event which when human beings come together in their good welfare, this is what comes out. I mean, you see people of different background. You see people young, old, white, black, Christian, Muslim, Jewish. Every one of them came into our support.
Can you introduce yourself?
My name's Mariel Vinci, and I am a lover of everybody and someone who believes in God across all faiths and traditions.
Wow. What kind of religion is that?
I grew up Lutheran, but I'm also Buddhist and Hindu and kind of Sufi, so do
Sounds
whatever works, whatever brings us together in real true love and peace. And
Sounds like Unitarian to me.
yeah, that could be, but I'm pretty Lutheran as a theologian
Still,
of the cross.
you're not
yeah.
giving up, huh?
No, yeah, there's a lot to be said about it, so it's
Okay.
complicated. But
Thank you.
My name is David Carlson, and I'm an evangelical Christian and believe that God called me to be a witness here today. I just was stirred to come down here and be part of the healing.
The reaction that you see from the community here, and also the reaction from some of the politicians that we heard.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm really touched and moved that so many people came, because it is important, and it is really important to just say, yes, we're all in this together and we need to stand together. And the politicians that were here are the ones that I like, yay, I'm really glad they were here. And that's also important.
What's the reaction on the Dar Farooq community and the community at large?
It was very shocked to us, and I didn't hear the news until the afternoon at around 3 p.m. So, and usually I come during the weekdays, I attended the morning and prayers, but on weekend usually I have another work to do early morning, so I couldn't make that prayer. But later on I hear on the news, and then it was very shocked to me, where the place I go for the prayer every day, and the place we try, as a community to get together and share the love and spread out the good message and the peace. Is someone attack and trying to hurt for the community is very disappointing to us.
When I talk to people like you, this is the good America. This is really what a lot of people inspire and came here for. And so when you hear an attack like that,
when we heard about it on Saturday, we immediately were like, let's go up there and see if there's anything we can do. Anybody hurting another human being, American, whomever, is not okay. It makes me sad. And I'm hoping that, maybe in this, that we can come together and learn a little bit more about each other. And I think that's what America's about.
I know I don't want you to speculate, but this is not the first attack. And why do you think this Islamophobic attacks kind of on the rise since the election of Trump?
I think people feel emboldened in their fear and in their anxiety, and it is important in a time when folks feel emboldened in their fear and anxiety that people of goodwill feel emboldened in their peace and in their desire to love to counteract that hatred.
Enjoy the rest of the evening. God bless you. You've been here that many years. I'm assuming you have family, you have kids. What is the anxiety level in your household and also in the Muslim community when you hear an attack like that?
Yeah, I'm married and I have a daughter, and it's very important again, to be here, to stand up with this terrorists. I call it terrorists.
Talked to you before, and there was, you made the headline, you made the news, and you sent a letter to whatever was his name.
Yeah, Ben Carson. I made a video. He said that Muslims weren't fit to become president, and I said no, that's not how it works. If you're born in the United States and you have the qualifications to become president, you can become president. So that's basically what I did. Yeah.
And the video went viral, and a lot of people saw it all over the world. Tell us, what's your plan of getting rid of Trump or people like Trump in the future?
Inshallah, we all hope that Trump will see the benefits of Islam and how Islam has contributed to to America, and I don't think he understands the history that Islam has in America. I mean, some of the slaves that built America were Muslims, and the Muslims of West Africa. So basically, the United States and Islam have history that goes far back.
Obama was the first Muslim president. Let's take Salafi was going to be the first Muslim president in the White House. Let's take. Okay, there we go. Here is the future president of the United States. Here you have it at Dar Farooq here in Bloomington, where an ugly attacks like the terrorist attack last Saturday morning brought the community together, brought the goodness of all people from all faces, from all places. This is what Minnesota is all about. This is what America is all about. Freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom of religions, and appreciation of the Muslim community and the role they play here in that Twin City. So long. We'll see you next week. Assalamu alaikum.
أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون